So, how do we deal with these factions? Well, James Madison said there are two methods of curing the mischief of factions, the one by removing its causes, the other by controlling its effects. Madison conceived of two methods of curing the mischief of factions, removing their causes or controlling their effects. He starts with removing their causes. There are again two methods of removing the causes of faction. The one by destroying the liberty of which is essential to its existence, the other by giving to every citizen the same opinions, the same passions, and the same interests. It could never be more truly said than of the first remedy that it was worse than the disease. Liberty is to factions what air is to fire, an ailment without which it instantly expires. But it cannot be less folly to abolish liberty, which is essential to political life because it nourishes factions, than it would be to wish the annihilation of air, which is essential to animal life because it imparts to fire its destructive agency. Factions exist because of the liberty we have to assemble with like-minded people. If we remove the ability and the liberty of associating with like-minded people, then all liberty is lost and we'd be worse off than with those factions. What about the second method of removing the cause of factions? The second expedient is as impractical as the first would be unwise. As long as the reason of man continues fallible and he is at liberty to exercise it, different opinions will be formed. As long as a connection subsists between his reason and his self-love, his opinions and his passions will have a reciprocal influence on each other, and the former will be objects to which the latter will attach themselves. We could remove the cause of factions by simply removing our own reason and deferring to opinions. But then who would decide what opinions we should follow? This dystopian idea of an external body making up our minds for us is at the heart of the reasons the colonies declared independence, which means removing the causes of factions is simply not possible. The inference to which we are brought is that the causes of factions cannot be removed, and the relief is only to be sought in the means of controlling its effects. So how do we control the effects of factions? Well, Mr. Madison went into a discussion of the value of a Republican form of government over a Democratic one. We are still left with the question of how do we limit the effects of factions in our modern republic? To me, the answer is simple. By removing the effective monopoly over our elections that our states have granted to the political parties. Without the exclusive power to determine who is on the ballot, the opportunity for challengers, both from within and without, not only means more choices on the ballot, but a better representation of the people's opinions.